All right, good evening. It is Thursday, getting ready to roll into the first full weekend in June, and we're going to have the potential for some thunderstorms to go with it. Certainly not uncommon given this time of the year, but some of those could be on the stronger side. We will see this persist for parts of the state throughout the duration of the weekend, and it looks like if you don't get it Friday or Saturday, just about everywhere is going to get it on Sunday. There's still some things that we don't have clarity on, which is frustrating, but we're going to keep a close eye on it here over the next day or so as we get those high-resolution models. So here we are coming up on 5:30. Some isolated thunderstorms down in the Wiregrass, pretty common, and nothing of note there as far as anything strong. We had that one thunderstorm over near West Point, Mississippi, and it looks like that kind of bottomed out just to the northwest of West Point, and that will not be making it to the Alabama state line, I do not believe. And with that, pretty quiet across the southeast. We're kind of in between features here. You've got this low that is moving up the Carolinas, and then you got this boundary back to the west. It's going to be the source of our weekend rain and storm threat here. So here's a look at the SPC outlook for Friday. We have a slight risk for the northern part of Alabama, but look, this goes all the way back to like Denver. All right, this is actually pretty common once you get into June. These are usually what we call MCSs. They're called mesoscale convective systems. And once they get going, it's like a ripple in the water. It's not going to stop until it has something that impedes it. The atmosphere works the same way. That line of storms fires up, and that little wave just keeps on going. And typically with these, gusty winds and a lot of lightning are the main byproduct here. So let's go to the Alabama view. And, a lot of the state and under that marginal risk. Understand this, though. There will be folks who do not get a drop of rain, okay? There's going to be others that have a deluge. So figuring out the difference between the two, that's going to be where having a radar is going to be handy if you have any outdoor plans. Here's why I think our severe threat is actually higher on Friday than Saturday. It's this, our high temperatures. So we're going to spend much of the day Friday dry, partly cloudy, temperatures close to 90. That's a lot of energy. So as these storms approach, plenty to feed off of, and that will be the source, I think, of some potentially stronger thunderstorms. Okay, I want to go to this here. Let me see. I got to pick a different run. But this back to the west. This is at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. Okay? This will be what to watch, this feature. Again, that's our MCS. You're going to see it fizzle out, and it will initially. But notice along that stalled out frontal boundary I showed you in the last graphic, we refire thunderstorms. And notice where it is. It's to the north of us. So where's the initial threat for thunderstorms? It's going to be in northern Alabama. So this is at 4 o'clock. This is when I think our window really opens across the state for maybe some stronger thunderstorms. Again, I don't think that, you get south of really I-20 that there's a really big threat here. And some of these may not even pulse up. A microburst is pretty common, but there's going to be enough energy, I think, in place for some of these to get on the stronger side. And I think 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock could be our high coverage time. This model indicating perhaps a pretty good thunderstorm coming through Etowah County at about 7 o'clock tomorrow. And this isn't the answer key, but kind of gives us an idea of what the radar could look like during this time period. Again, look at how much of the map is devoid of rain. It's a lot. So you could be in an absolute downpour. You could be hot and dry. Gotta love the summertime in Alabama. All right, we move forward through the evening, and some of these will last well past sunset because of the energy in the atmosphere. Keep in mind, with nothing to deter that daytime heating, there's still going to be energy available after the sun goes down. So we'll also keep an eye out for this. So the high-res models do not go any further really than early into Saturday, but some of the models are picking up on this feature right here, having that come through. And this wouldn't be severe, but it would effectively alter how things set up on Saturday. So let's segue into the weekend. Okay, remember I said that I thought our severe threat was a bit higher on Friday. Well, that contradicts this graphic here, but I'll tell you why I think this. So this is Saturday's outlook. This was Friday's outlook. So notice the difference. We've got a marginal risk for basically all of Alabama, and then a slight risk from really Marengo, Dallas, Perry, Autauga counties north, all the way into Tennessee. But I think this is a conditional threat. I'm going to show you why. So we're going to show two different solutions here. I'm not sold on either one. This has been a very interesting solution that both of these have had because they're so different. Remember that thing I just showed you on the last model? Rain coming in. Okay, so this is the European model. This has got like a good, area of showers coming through here at 9 o'clock. If we get rain like this, and this is categorized 3-hour precip. Okay, so this is not like what the radar would look like. This kind of estimates. It's a global model. It's for when we're further out. But that's pretty telling of rain being there. If this happens, if we see good coverage of rain, this will stabilize the atmosphere instantly. And there will not be time in central Alabama for those folks who get the morning rain for us to see afternoon strong thunderstorms. So that is one solution for Saturday night. In this case, a pretty good line of storms could move down through Montgomery and Dothan. Again, there's very stark differences here, but I think the entire state has the potential for rain and storms beginning Saturday morning. We'll have to keep an eye on the timing. Okay, then we go to early Sunday morning. So now look at this. Another batch of showers, or rain and thunderstorms, I should say, coming down from that stationary boundary. So actually, let me see here if I can get, let's throw this up there for point of reference. So again, there's a frontal system north, and these little clusters of storms are just kind of jumping off from there, and they'll just ripple south. And if we, this early morning rain on Sunday, this will, neutralize any severe threat. We don't have a severe threat on Sunday, but most of the rain will probably be in the morning. And what happens in a setup like this is you have rain for so long, the atmosphere kind of rains itself out. There's so much rain falling that the atmosphere kind of stabilizes, and you'll just get a casual, slow end to the rain. I think our best bet's probably 4 o'clock in the morning up until 3 p.m. And we could have showers beyond there, but that's going to be our window of heavier rain heading to Sunday evening. And that frontal boundary, it just never quite makes it to us, which is very common for this time of year. Okay, here's the other solution for you model fans. This is the GFS. And if you have outdoor plans, you're going to probably like this one a little bit better. So the latest run of this is also picking up on morning showers. This is why I don't think Saturday's severe threat is as high as Friday's. Friday has nothing to impede the energy like Saturday does. There's the potential that we are cloudy the first half of the day Saturday. There's the potential of having rain. And I just don't think that gives us the right setup. Even if our dynamics are a little bit better, the thermodynamic characteristics fizzle with early morning rainfall. So this would be lighter rain, I think, early in the day. And then in the afternoon, evening, we'd have to watch a batch of thunderstorms coming from the shoals, northern Alabama, and cascading south. Remember, the European had a pretty good batch of rain coming through pre-dawn. This one kind of agrees. So we're starting to see a little bit more of an alignment with these models. I still think the biggest question is, do we get that early morning rain on Saturday or not? That is why the severe threat is conditional on Saturday afternoon. So we're going to watch that closely. Here's a look at, well, I don't know why it did that. This is not accurate at all. Not sure what happened here to this graphic. This is supposed to be 7-day rain totals. And something has happened to that. I do not know why. So we're going to omit that. That was working right before I set this up. But our 7-day rainfall totals are going to be in that 3-inch or greater range, which for some spots, not everywhere. I was trying to show you that. But anyway, so here's in a nutshell. We're going to have thunderstorms. You will have rain at some point this weekend. I think pretty much everywhere in the state. I say if there's anywhere that gets left out, southern Alabama, parts of the Wiregrass maybe, but I think when all's said and done, we have rain just about everywhere. Severe threat, northern third of Alabama, Friday evening is our best bet. Saturday, again, I talked about all those variables. And then Sunday just looks like a lot of rain, some thunder. And then we stay kind of unsettled into next week, and we'll talk more about that once we get past this setup here. We'll touch on that a little bit more on Friday. So that is your Thursday afternoon, evening update. Hope you guys have a great evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.